Hey people, welcome to the next edition of the Small Money Big Dreams vlog. Today's topic will be bonds. The last video I shot earlier today was on market capitalization, and now I'm talking about bonds because people are telling me, you talk about stocks, when will you talk about other investments? And you know what, you're right. We're going to talk about bonds. Now, the reason why I talk about stocks so much, because you got to consider your portfolio like this. Your stocks is your growth vehicles. Your bonds is your determined income vehicles over a period of time. And your cash equivalents, your notes receivables, things of that nature, you know, your CD accounts and stuff like that, those are your right now money. And I like to make people concentrate more on, you know, growth and predetermined income. So I'm going to talk to you about bonds. Not all bonds are created equal, and I also want you to say what bond is for you. Criteria of bonds are all different. Bonds are usually sold at a rate or price of $1,000. That is your basic component of a bond. You know, your basic price for a bond and stuff like that. Now, you know, you can buy multiple shares of a bond or multiple issues of a bond, but you know, $1,000 is considered the minimum investment criteria. Now, obviously, there are bonds that you can purchase that cost under $1,000, and I'm going to get to that, but there's a reason why they're under $1,000. So, rule one is investment. You know, what is the credit ratings of a bond? The credit rating of a bond is what's going to determine your interest you receive from the bond, how how steady or how risky a bond is, and also, you know, your income from the bond. So I'm going to say the investment grades are, and you know, Standard and Poor, and I think it's Moody. There's different institutions that offer, you know, bond ratings. I like to concentrate on Standard and Poor. They're the who's who as far as bond rating. And a triple A to double A rated bond is called an investment grade high quality bond. That would be your government bonds. That would be pretty much your government bonds, a bond offered by a municipal, you know, something that's steady and not a fly-by-night organization, something that's as close to guaranteed as possible. And like I said, the corny line earlier in the vlog, the only thing guaranteed in life is death and taxes. So AAA to AA investment grade is usually, you know, a government bond, a state bond, your city bond, what you want to call it. Sometimes you'll have corporate bonds that have high ratings close to that, but government bonds, you know, government to government equivalents, those are the highest grade bonds. Then you have the mid risk bonds, which is, you know, a A to, you know, a triple B to a B, and A to triple B. And those are your minimal risk, you know, maybe a corporate bond, you know, a company that's, you know, maybe it might be a bank issued bond that has that credit rating and stuff like that. And these are, you know, what's considered pretty stable companies, but you know, they have a higher risk of defaulting than a government or a state. And then there's what's classified as a junk bond, which would be, you know, your B, you know, triple C rating bonds, and those are the ones that have the highest risk of defaulting. So I'm gonna, speed that up. What does that mean to you? Basically, with those investment ratings, the lower the rating, the higher return you should expect. But there's a saying, there's no reward without risk. But to me, I feel like this, there's no reward without risk, but only a fool doesn't protect himself from risk. And I'm not calling anyone a fool. I'm just saying, anyone who goes around driving, while they're drinking with no seatbelt on, is a fool, because he's more likely to hurt himself or harm himself in an accident than someone who's driving around sober with a seatbelt on. And I'm trying to make sure you drive around with your proper protection.